A jakmile skončí, tak se můžete přihlásit. Tak, 3, 4. vyzvednul. Tři, 4. Jsme potřebovali nějaký trénink výslovnostní. Veleben buď Bůh, tak se postavíme. I Milanovi. 3, 4. Sám jsou Danovi.
Krátkou modlitbu před shromážděním. Haleluja.
Um, I take the word honor, like what is written in Galatians 5, like the deeds of um, our flesh and grace. If we don't do our own deeds, but if we bring the fruit of spirit, that is what it is about. We'll look at a few examples. There will be like statistics about what God has said, how things should be going, and if we do so, then what result it brings in the world, even amongst people who don't know the Lord yet. Just they do what is written in the Bible, and what is the result of it? The reason for our youngies and for who meet their classmates at school, and a lot of influences are going on, and there is a certain example and thoughts of worldly idols, and they don't live with the Lord, of course, and so their thoughts are against the Lord. The marriage. I choose only two examples today, and this is the first one. That is what the Bible says about the marriage. 1 Corinthians 7, verse 1, verse 2. So we know what God said, and it was in Eden, in the garden. There was Adam, and he was only, and he didn't like it, so he got a wife from the Lord, and then God said, then that's why they're gonna be one flesh, one body, and this is the concept of the marriage. And in verse and all the relationship except the marriage is not it's not possible. Verse 35. 36. Verse 38. So this is what the Bible says, so that there are no bad things happening. They should get married, and the wife should get married to the husband, and the husband to the wife. And God says, if you follow my commandments, you'll be happy. We know it from the Testament. You could read in Deuteronomy, if you keep my commandments, you'll be well. If you don't keep my commandments, you won't be well. Another slide. What are the statistics? It is. They said that when a couple lives together uh, before the marriage, there is 33% more chance to get divorced. I remember at our wedding, there was my niece was invited, and she started to tell how they lived together before they got married, and it was very clever, and they just tried whether it will work together, and it works against people, that it doesn't really help the relationship, and then the marriages are not that successful. When they study the marriages, and who didn't have sexual relationship before the marriage, then they were happier later, and everything was well, and better communication. It is what the studies say. The marriage of people who visit who are involved in a church divorce less often, and then everything makes sense. If you just keep only the explanation of my niece, she said, well, we had to live together to find out whether we were able to live together. But in the beginning, it's not that difficult to live together, because you are fully in love. But how long does it take before you find out that it doesn't really work? So the Bible says that we can grow in honor and in respect. Maybe it talks to the women first. 1 Peter 3 verse 3. 4. So it says to young men that they shouldn't look for women who are the nicest, who have the nicest hair and the longest earrings and the most luxury clothing, but to look on the inside, whether there is like a spirit working inside, and how much the person grew in spirit, because it is about knowing the Lord. It's for our youngies who will look for partners later. It will be the most important. It's not only the person is in the Lord, but that the person understands what does it mean to walk in the Lord and to be with the Lord and to grow. Verse 5. 6. 7. It means that you are able to do it, that you have to use the wisdom.
spolu s vámi jedničkami daru života. Tak vašim modlitbám nebude nic přikážet.
Verse 7. God says, if you don't do it well, that the prayers won't work. Verse 8. These are the things are needed for the marriage, but also for our life. The person who walks with the Lord is completely different with the qualities of life than the people who are not in the Lord. It is why people who are involved in the churches are much better. They can live by it. What is in the Bible written about alcohol? 1 Corinthians 6.
Nemělte se ani smilníci, ani modláři, ani cizoložníci, ani nemravní, ani zvrácení, především ani zloději, ani lakomí, opilci, utrhači, lupiči, nebudou mít účast v Božím království. A to jste někteří byli.
Verse 11.
Byli jste posvěceni, byli jste ospravedlněni ve jménu Pána Ježíše Krista. A Duchem našeho Boha. Tak, o těch prvních dvou jste trošku mluvili, to manželství
And what about alcohol and drinking alcohol? They said that we missed $200 million in America. They missed because of alcohol. They say that because people drink a lot, then there is much more money needed for the repairments of the cars because of more accidents and more health issues. Alcohol has more influence on the domestic violence. I couldn't find any statistics because it's hard to say, but we know these two things are joined together. Alcohol is the biggest reason for the family falling apart because it can't be well. A quarter of all patients in the hospitals are addicted to alcohol. They are not there just because they go there to check the eyes or something, but they have more health issues due to alcohol addiction. Já se potřebuji slyšet, víš. People between 20 and 39 years old, they die more often. Alcohol issues. There are more. About being single. The word pushes people, especially for youngies, for old people. They say to people, have your relationships, in a different way and drink alcohol and stuff. And the Bible says, be single. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 12. It is about to be free. Galatians 5 verse 1. We have to fight against it, so that the slavery is, which is in this world, and want to catch us, that we don't let it happen. It's said many times already that um, there are other things which can attract people, and different things to be used for it. It is a daily work. It is a daily job. John 8, verse 34.
Otrok nezůstává v domě navždy zůstává syn. Když vás syn osvobodí, budete skutečně svobodní. Takže ta myšlenka je,
The thought is that you don't see that you are a slave until you are a slave, but only when we are free we see that we used to be a slave.
Chvála z mých úst. A poslední bude stvořitel. Jo. Tak 3, 4. Stvořitel. Milan už se těší. Tři, 4. Děkuji hudbě. Postavíme se k závěrečné modlitbě. Požádám Honzu staršího, aby uzavřel shromáždění. Haleluja, haleluja, sláva tobě, Hospodine.
Chvála tobě, Hospodine, chválíme tvé jméno, Bože. A děkujeme ti za to, že jsme se tady sešli. Děkujeme ti za slovo. Děkujeme ti za všechno, co nás vede do tvého království. A prosíme tě, požehnej nám nastávající týden, aby všecko bylo podle tebe a tvého jednorozeného syna Ježíše Krista. Haleluja.
Haleluja, haleluja. Amen.